When Oupes came out with the Mega 2 Pro, I had an opportunity to test it, and during my testing, I found some problems that were pretty significant that I think they needed to fix before, well, you bought it. So I reached out to them and I said, hey folks, there's an issue with this power station. You need to take a look at it. And I actually expected that I wouldn't get a quick response from them and that I might have to put out my review saying, uh-oh. But they responded very quickly. And in fact, Oupes worked over the weekend to resolve the issue. So I put out my video, and at the end of that video, I let you know, or anyone watching it, I was going to follow up on that video to find out if they fixed it. So today, I've got their fix, and I'm going to go ahead, do the software update or firmware update on the Mega 2 Pro, and then we're going to find out whether that solved the issues. Now first, I guess I should tell you what those issues were in case you haven't seen that video. Number one, on their Bluetooth app, I noticed that there were parts that had Chinese characters versus English characters, so I couldn't read them. And the most important one was actually the firmware update itself that I couldn't figure out for a while. And eventually I figured out that it was trying to tell me, because it had Wi-Fi in the center of some of those Chinese characters, that it probably needed to be connected to the Wi-Fi in order to do the update. So I went ahead, connected to the Wi-Fi, told it to do the update, even though I really couldn't read what it was telling me. And lo and behold, it did the update and it worked. So I said, okay, you need to fix this because people aren't going to understand this. But the big issue that I found was that when testing the Mega 2 Pro with the Oupes B2 expansion battery that they make and that you're supposed to be able to use with the Mega 2 Pro, well, the expansion battery was barely used by the unit. And under a load of 1500 watts, the power station itself shut down when there was still plenty of power left on the expansion battery. Well, if you're looking to expand a unit, that isn't what you want. You want the expansion battery and the power station to draw and charge together as one unit. So if your power station's not fully utilizing the expansion battery that you just paid a bunch of money for, that's a problem. You're not going to want that. Well, they've told me they fixed it, and we're going to go ahead now and find out if it works. Let's get to it. We'll go ahead and power on the Mega 2 Pro. We'll hit the IoT button. Okay, here we go. Let's scroll down to firmware update, and it's trying to download. So I don't have the greatest internet here, so I'm going to walk out where I can get a little better internet and see if I can get the download done. So give me just a second. All right, folks, that worked. Had to get my phone reset, and then once I did that, I was able to get it to connect to everything, and it did the firmware update just fine. So if you're having trouble with connecting to Bluetooth or doing these firmware updates, reset your phone. It can make a difference. It certainly did in my case. I was having a very frustrating morning, but once I reset the phone, everything went smoothly. It did the update. It's all good to go now. So I've got it set up here. It's hooked up to the B2 battery. We're going to turn it on. We'll go ahead and plug in my ceramic heater and get things going. We're going to set it on the floor because it's just going to be too much heat up here. And what I'm looking for now is to see that the B2, which is showing 100%, and the Mega 2 Pro is showing 100%. I want to see both of these guys go down together. It says it can run for 2.5 hours, so I've got until about 1 p.m. before it fully shuts down. All right, folks, everything's shut down. The first thing I need to do is find out how much power we consumed. So let me plug that in over here. All right, so ran for 2 hours, just over 3 kilowatt hours. Should be about 3,700 or so. So let's see what the unit reports. So I'm gonna have to plug it in. All right, let's see what we get, folks. I got 11% on the bottom unit, 18% on the top. So it was close. Much better than the last time I did it, but not quite close enough. Now, one of the things that I'm going to check next is if I set the power station to run all the way to 0% and charge all the way to 100%, does it charge both units to 100%? And when I drain again, does it drain them all the way to 0%? That'll be the biggest test here, because there was something about setting the unit at 10% so that you didn't completely deplete your power station that maybe would allow it to not finally utilize the rest of the B2 battery. So we'll have to charge these up and then we're going to try again. Good times, right? We're going to crank the charging power up. We'll crank it up to 1500 watts. I'm going to run it all the way to 100%. So I've changed it. There we go. 100% there. And then I changed this down to 0%. They were at 10 and 90. So we'll let that go and There we go. And here you can see I changed that to 1500. It was at, I think, 900 or 600 or something like that. So, all right, it's saying right now it's going to take 4 days and 3 hours to fully charge. We know that's not true. One interesting thing is that it's only at 89 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not bad. And if I click on the B2 to check it out, it's showing 19%, and it's not telling me how long it's going to charge or anything. So I think they could fix that in the app. But it'll be interesting to see now when this updates and goes from the 4 hours, 3 days to charge up, which 4 days, 3 hours, that's kind of not right. Not at 1500 watts. We're already up to 13%. So I'm sure that'll update at some point. I'll look at the face of the unit here. Now it says 2.4 hours to charge back up. So it's 12:43. So it'll be after 3 p.m. before it fully charges. That's okay, because then what I'm going to do is I will run an inverter idle power consumption test overnight, and then we'll charge back up again, and then we'll go ahead and drain the unit. All right, folks, well, I've been testing for days now, and after I did the update, the first test that I did was just to leave it the way it was set up, which was to quit discharging at 10% and then charge back up to 90%. And I let it run like that with the B2 battery attached, both sitting at 100%, using my ceramic heater to drain it all the way down. What I found was a definite improvement with the new software update. The Mega 2 Pro hit 11%, and the B2 battery went down to 18%. Now that does leave a couple hundred watt hours on the table that we could still use, but Oupes had said something about the way they do those settings and how it will utilize the B2 battery, and that if it's set to 0 and 100, that might make a difference for me. And I thought, all right, let's find out if when I set it to 0%, it will drain both units all the way to 0% before it shuts down. And folks, that's exactly what it did. So good job, Oupes. You fixed that issue. I'm impressed with that. And fixing it within about 2 days, folks, that's really good. It absolutely used 100% of the expansion battery, which is what I was looking for. Now, there are a couple things that I wanted to bring up as well, and one of them was idle power consumption. It was 24.4 watts per hour. I used just over 300 watts to run at about 12.5 hours, a little more actually. Well, that's really not bad, folks. At that rate, you're not even using 10% of the unit in a 12+ hour period. I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty good, actually. And then lastly, one of the things that I noticed when the unit completely shut down at 0 is I was actually able to turn it on without it plugged into the wall, and it gave me that information. So even though it was sitting at 0%, it actually had a little bit of power in reserve to keep the BMS happy. I think that's actually a really nice thing. I've commented on other units before that fans shouldn't shut down when the unit shuts down. They ought to run a little bit longer to help cool things down. I like to see that. So again, good job there. So all in all, folks, I'm going to say the Oupes Mega 2 Pro is a good unit, and I do recommend it, especially at their $649 price that they've got going right now. It shows $699, but there's a code that will be in the description below that'll give you another $50 off. So at $649 for a 2 kilowatt hour unit that's expandable with an Anderson plug on the front that you can output 30 amps, but you can go up to 80 volts with it. I like that. Pretty impressive. All in all, good unit. I like it. Kudos to Oupes, and I hope that helps you out if you're looking to buy one of these. Meanwhile, folks, I'll throw another video right over here for you to check out. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day. The old Jarhead out.